Tonight on Q2, a twist of fate. City Council does a 180.
Months after voting down TIF funds for two longtime nonprofits, those two businesses will now receive money after all.
I move to approve a grant from the Downtown Tax Increment Fund to Art House Management, LLC, in an amount up to $300,000.
Plus, a delayed celebration. The Democrats flip a Montana House seat.
This is really happening exactly like we thought it was, just a whole month later now.
But now the Republican candidate is demanding a recount.
And the healing touch.
It was really nice to see these dogs and bring up his spirit.
We'll take you to Billings Clinic, where dogs are becoming a source of hope for patients.
The MTN 530 News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea Lutz. Two Billings nonprofits steeped in the city's history are going to get some much needed help with repairs after all.
Last night, Billings City Council approved TIF funding for the Babcock Theater and the Billings Depot. Both of those nonprofits tell me it's a big relief after City Council denied them funding requests late last summer.
They are two of the most iconic buildings in Billings, the Billings Depot and the Babcock Theater, having stood the test of time for well over a century. But both of the buildings, owned by the city and leased out to nonprofits, are also in desperate need of repairs.
I move to approve a grant from the Downtown Tax Increment Fund to Art House Management, LLC, in an amount up to $300,000.
After declining an application for TIF funds last August, City Council did an about-face at Monday's meeting.
If in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye.
It was a project that was not able to move forward, and that freed up about $600,000 of funding. So these are two projects that were one-time asks.
This is just huge for the Babcock and for Art House Billings. We just want to continue doing the work to keep this beloved historic theater safe and comfortable and open.
The old theater, built in 1907, is in need of numerous repairs, but the majority will go for the marquee.
That marquee is old and really needs to be rehabilitated and refreshed. We're not making any major changes. We love it just the way that it is, but we want to make sure that it stays up and safe for many, many years.
We use it for business meetings, weddings, special events.
Michelle Williams is executive director for the Billings Depot. The $75,000 in TIF will open the door to a $414,000 historic preservation grant for the depot that will be used for roof and sidewalk repairs, refinishing floors and doors, as well as other projects.
We spend a lot of time and effort and resources maintaining the campus, and that's why we undertake one major project every year. And with the help of the grant and the TIF funds, we're lucky in that we can now take on a bunch of those projects all at once.
Mayor Bill Cole calls the buildings critical to the Billings community, historically, culturally, and economically.
That injects millions of dollars into our downtown economy. How many restaurants wouldn't exist if we didn't have the Babcock and the Depot?
The Alberta Bear was also seeking $83,000 in TIF funds during the August meeting, and that request was also declined. It remains unclear if they have or will reapply for that money now.
A former Montana State University Billings police sergeant has filed a federal lawsuit for sexual discrimination and retaliation, alleging she was forced to resign from the department. Melissa Brennan filed the lawsuit against Montana State University, seeking unspecified damages on 4 claims, including sexual discrimination and wrongful discharge in violation of Montana law. Brennan was hired by the campus police department in January of 2021, became a sergeant in December of 2022, the first woman to hold that rank in the agency. She ultimately resigned in February of this year, claiming a union representative called her 3 days in a row and threatened to fire her if she didn't resign. The lawsuit says problems at the department began in the early 2023 school year after she raised concerns with the police chief over a directive sent out requiring officers to write more parking tickets, which she believes was against state law. She was eventually placed on paid leave for not issuing enough tickets. Brennan also raised concerns about being treated differently than her male coworkers, saying they've been able to work for far more egregious consequences, including one officer had sex with a student while on duty. The MSUB Communications and Marketing Director told us the university does not comment on pending litigation.
Billings police are asking for the public's help identifying 2 suspects in a string of burglaries. The 2 men on your screen here are considered the suspects, but the department does not say when those crimes occurred or provide any other details about the burglaries. Anyone with information on the 2 is asked to call the Billings Police Department.
Democrats gained an extra seat in the Montana House, and it comes in a very rare way.
The Associated Press called House District 57 for Republican Marty Malone, only to realize the votes were wrong.
Arlena Howder spoke with both candidates today on their next steps and learns a recount may be on the way.
Political veteran Republican Marty Malone thought he had won his House District 57 race after Election Day, but thousands of provisional and resolution ballots came in late and actually swung the numbers in favor of Democrat newcomer Scott Rosenzweig. But it's not over yet, as Malone has officially asked for a recount. After nearly 40 years as a public servant for Park County.
I was a county extension agent for 30 years and county commissioner for 8 years and legislator for 2 terms.
Republican Marty Malone isn't quite done throwing his hat in the ring.
I'm still 20 votes short, which is just 1 vote out of the mandatory recount thing. So basically, going to go forward with the recount and have to raise some cash to do so.
Just over $5,000, actually, about $2,500 per county. Money out of his own pocket.
I owe it to my supporters who have stood behind me all the time.
The vote count in House District 57 currently sits at 3,803 for Democrat Scott Rosenzweig to 3,783 for Malone. Because of the redistricting process, District 57 replaced District 59, where Malone was the incumbent.
I'm disappointed in the way they redistrict in my world, because we get rural votes in Park County and urban votes in Gallatin County. So it's basically 2 worlds.
Gallatin was not competitive. I mean, it was very Democrat and Park was very Republican, and the new district is very balanced.
A Bozeman resident for 20 years, it's Rosenzweig's first time running for office.
The people of Park County also stepped up to vote 77%. Where Gallatin only showed up at 73%, which also made it a little closer in the end.
Park County's recount will take place Wednesday, with Gallatin's to come in early December. Rosenzweig said he isn't losing sleep over them.
I'm not nervous at all. I feel very comfortable with the numbers, and that's why the state doesn't pay for this.
As he prepares to move forward with serving in the legislature.
I'm already in the process of learning how to be a new legislator, which means honing in on the bill topics that I'd like to submit.
Let's go through and see if we can come up with 11 more votes, what we need.
In Billings, Arlena Howder, MTN News.
With holiday travel just about here for many, let's talk about the temperatures, which are really going to start to drop a bit. It's not going to get super cold, but chilly enough that's going to get your attention, especially right around Thanksgiving. And cold mornings, all of that will lead to some scattered snow showers. We're not expecting a lot in accumulation, but certainly could feel some impacts for visibility, some slippery conditions, and, well, a trend warmer for next week. That doesn't help us too much in the short term here, as we'll continue to watch the wintry weather continue to settle in. Now, there's something to take along with you. Make sure that you have your Q2 weather app. You can download it for free, share your pictures and videos from your celebration. We'll let you know about what's going on, both with the forecast and with some videos to keep you up to date on the local weather.
Montanans hitting the road this Thanksgiving will be treated to gas prices below $3 a gallon. According to AAA, the average price of a gallon of regular is $2.96 a gallon. That's 10 cents a gallon below the national average at 27 cents cheaper than a year ago. And here in Billings, it's even cheaper, sitting right now at $2.92. Diesel prices also fell, currently at around $3.41 a gallon, nearly 60 cents cheaper than last year.
Buying local during the holidays keeps money moving in the local economy and in turn pays wages, building a stronger community.
It is why the Big Sky Development is asking you to shop local as opposed to online or at a big box store.
As our Charlie Kleps reports, we all want a thriving Billings, but it's hard to know where to start, so perhaps a gift guide can help.
If you're downtown, there's storefronts almost everywhere you look. But if you're not, the city has now created a way for you to virtually shop and find out whatever holiday deals the local businesses have downtown. It isn't easy owning your own local business these days.
It's really easy for people to get on their phones and just do the Amazon thing.
The increase in online shopping adding challenges to small stores in downtown Billings.
It affects every business. I know it does. I mean, even for me as a consumer, it's tempting to go to Amazon.
Downtown West End businesses locally here are shutting down because we're not shopping local.
It's something on the minds of local business owners like Lucy Aspinwall and Jennifer Dillabaugh, who constantly are competing with the larger chains as more and more local stores struggle.
We need people to hear about our business to be able to come and be patrons of them.
It's something not lost on Kayla Vokrel either. She works for Big Sky Economic Development and came up with an idea to try and help.
We have over 40 businesses that are participating.
46 to be exact in the group's inaugural holiday gift guide, highlighting a few products and holiday specials at different stores around the community as well as other events.
It's a way to celebrate and support these amazing small businesses that makes our community unique.
The 63-page guide is completely virtual. The link has been posted to the Big Sky EDA's Facebook page and is also posted on their website and will be open and active until the new year.
So some of them have events that are going for Small Business Saturday. Some of them are doing Black Friday specials. Some of them are just doing specials for the whole holiday season. So you get to see all of that.
An idea well received by business owners who are hoping leads to a new trend.
I think it's going to be very valuable to the community, a great way to keep our resources right here where we live.
And now we just need the Billings community to say, we're going to take action.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Still to come on the MTN 530 News here on Q2, four-legged friends are helping put smiles on the faces of patients at Billings Clinic. We'll take you there next.
And later, from the hardwood to the hall, a longtime Montana referee who's seen it all is honored in a huge way. We'll meet him in just a bit.